What's good, party people? This is your friendly neighbor, Chad the Maverick, back again with another video. And I have no agenda for this video. There's no script for this. There's nothing. I just woke up and realized to myself I haven't put out a video in like a week. And I guess it's because I've really been like trying to live out this Pisces transit. Pisces season is strange, but in its defense, it's the type of strange that I like because it's like nothing is certain, but there's like you have to kind of follow your feeling and your hunches, right? So I haven't put out a video in a sense because I haven't felt like it. But follow me when I say this, right? Because beforehand, I'm thinking to myself, oh, I need to put out this video. Oh, I need to put out this video. Oh, I need to do that. I need to do that. Right? Maybe that's the Virgo in me, the Capricorn in me. I don't know. But it's one of those things where, let's say I was so pressed on the idea of trying to get work out, trying to push the envelope, trying to get interactions going. And I think within that time frame and me taking some time out to reflect upon it, I don't think that was, I don't want to say it was a bad move, but I don't think it was the most correct move in how to approach it. Just because I have this tendency to to make my personal life, business, and like my spirituality, and it's all kind of combined in my head, right? And why this is, I don't know, but it's just one of those things that I've always kind of been like, I just, with me, I don't think there's ever been like a separate facet for everything. I kind of just take the oneness of, let's say, who I am and put it a little bit in everything I do. So, I'm doing this right now, and this is, for the service of the people and whoever like truly needs it, because at the end of the day, I'm really here to try to support and help elevate others, probably in a way that many people don't understand. But this is a language that some people do truly get, and they hear things better when it comes through, let's say, astrology, or it comes through a tarot card pull and reading. You can give in someone as much advice in the world as you want to, but when people have to kind of like sit there and see for themselves how, let's say, a card pull calls them out, or let's say how the astrological chart is reflecting what's going on to this very day with them. It's one of those things where it's like everything is so interwoven and connected, but in a sense it's like sometimes being so connected you feel disconnected because other people aren't in that same frequency or in that same wave. And it's something that like I'm figuring out as time goes, because a year or two ago I didn't really know that this was even, let's say, part of my path. This is just something that kind of, it happened organically over time by me just existing and being honest with myself and really stopping and understanding that as much as I used to want the approval, the public approval, or as much as I wanted to connect and get personal with, let's say, the people around me that may or may not have understood where I was coming from, I just realized at a certain point that it kind of became to my detriment, because as I was trying to please all these other people, in comparison for me going the inside and finding what was internal and pure, and like I think it's the internal like sweet inside, right? Instead of doing that, I was more so focused on how am I going to get this person to see my value, how I'm going to get this group to see my value, how I'm going to get this job to understand that I have the capacity to be a manager straight off the bat, or I have this business savvy sense, or I'm wise for my age, or whatever the case was. It was like, I think, and I'm an Aries rising, so I think naturally there's always this tendency to kind of try to show and prove in a lot of ways, because if people doubt, there's like this internal fire that comes in where it's like, oh, you're doubting me, right? and it could play out in a couple ways, because if you don't notice this, or it goes unchecked, it could easily turn into this type of like ego trip in a way. But when you don't think of it as far as people are disrespecting you, and more so you're getting straight to the energy, you can kind of like separate it after a certain amount of time. It takes a long time, do not get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying this like anything has happened for me per se overnight, because it hasn't. And if anything, if it did happen overnight, so to speak, it happened because I was studying something for a month and the universe was like, you know what I'm saying? So this is mostly like a Mercury this is a Mercury and Pisces talk, right? Because I'm trying, just understand, like, this is like Mercury and Pisces in a lot of ways. This has kind of just been on my reflective mind. I actually took a trip out away from home, quit my job too. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I'm in this weird position where I'm like trying to, or no, I am living my dreams, but the way that they're formulating isn't the way that I consciously expected it. And I think that's the beautiful thing about it, is because we can manifest whatever we want, but it doesn't always come to us in this like perfect package. It doesn't come to us like with this magic sticker all the time saying, you got it, dude. Like, it's sometimes it really has to, you have to drag your own face through the mud sometimes. And it sounds gruesome, but there's this real powerful sense when it comes to your truth and honesty, where when you look down, or you look at yourself, right, from a different perspective, and you really see what you're trying to do and what motivates you, right? Because no matter which way I see it, right, maybe it's because of my placements or whatever else, I have like a 6th house Mars and I have a 6th house North Node. But let's say, for example, with me, my biggest thing is that no matter what I do or how I do it, even if I think it's the most simple thing, or even if, I don't even want it to be conscious, but my thing is that like I always want to help others. I want to service those in need. In time, because I'm a projector, naturally, I'm a splenic projector. It's one of those things where it's like I have to wait for the invitation to help other people, because there's been time frames where I was adamant on trying to help others, or like trying to change, let's say, a part of someone's lifestyle, because I saw like their potential per se, right? And I was like, oh, you can do this, you can do that. I see all these things, there are all these possibilities, and like, I think what happens is a lot of times that type of thing backfires, and you get hurt way more than they get hurt, in a sense, because you put all of like your true love and essence into trying to like help this person, or into trying to change this person's viewpoint. And I think it's just something where this is in effect Like, this is truly just like happening. It's happening all the time. You get what I mean? It's like, I just think, but this is, for example, right? This last segment, I have no idea what I just said, for example, but it's one of those things where it's like, this is what Pisces season has been like doing. In a sense, like, this is my thought stream of how just things are, like what's going on. So let me touch upon the Mercury retrograde, because Mercury is going into retrograde. I think it's in the shadow period right now, 4 or 5 days, right? And I want to like kind of make something clear, at least for people that are about to like maybe go through it and understand what's going on. So when it comes to this Mercury retrograde, I feel coming up, Mercury's been in Pisces, right? For me, it's been the 12th house, so I feel like I'm kind of like directly in in like what's going on when it comes to it, like the Sun and Mercury 12. Like I'm feeling it, like I really do. Like I'm feeling it in a way. I'm not a naturally very emotional person, but I've been actually like, there's been certain time frames where my mind is getting to like, let's say these more emotional things, or these more like subconscious things that I forget about just to move on my day to day, and it actually has like forced me to address them though. But yeah, it's just interesting. But I feel like this retrograde back into this. See, I like to try to give example by me just talking about what I'm talking about, because like I'm just kind of like, so peep the examples of what I'm speaking on and the type of topics that I'm speaking on, because this is kind of what this Mercury in Pisces and this retrograde is going to come with. Because I feel like the retrograde portion is kind of making you, first and foremost, when it's Mercury retrograde, do not try anything new. Like don't do anything super new. I mean, it is a new moon, so I would say set your new moon intention. But what I'm saying is, don't try to do anything super crazy, right? Like, if you think all of a sudden, like if you never try to write a book and all of a sudden this retrograde comes, you're like, I want to write a book. Here's my thing. Keep the incentive and collect the catalog of these memories that you would want to write a book with, but just keep that part, right? Just keep that. Just keep that. Don't try to make the book now. Just take the information, right? Yeah, this is a time to like, we're not going to be in control of this retrograde, right? Some retrogrades, you have like the potentiality to kind of like harness it and use it for yourself. But with this one in particular, this one is out of your hands. And so you may be falling into, this is definitely one of those retrogrades where like your exes come back. This is definitely one of those retrogrades where your long lost friend from 3rd grade calls you and tells you they love you or something. This is like a very strange time. And on top of that, Neptune is literally in Pisces with this Pisces. And if you saw my Neptune video, Neptune is like the higher ends of emotion that don't make any sense to the human consciousness, but they're all ever present. Like, it is the everlasting love, right? It's the that's just what it is. But I feel like Mercury is going to be bringing people back into their higher hearts, if they like it or not. And this is what's going to get interesting, because you're going to start seeing people that may have been a cold shoulder, I may have like screwed you over, like trying to come back and apologize. And it's going to be tough, because then you're going to have to start to make the decision, am I going to let this person back in my life who's like really ripped me to shreds? Am I going to be, that asshole who's like, I don't want to speak to you, I don't want to talk to you, I'm not going to say nothing? Like this is going to be a real time, because now it's like the ball's not in your court, but you have the ball in your hand, right? It's like you're on a different court, but you have the ball. Like you have the ball, and now it's like Pisces is like, okay, so what you gonna do with it, right? And so let's say in your heart, you should just shoot the shot, right? but your mind saying, oh, I should dribble it away. I should like keep it away from those people over there. Like, what are you going to do? You know, are you going to shoot the shot? Are you going to pass it off to a teammate? Are you going to, what are you going to do with it? Like, it's here now. It's back to you. You know, you went back into the game. The ball just landed in your hands. What are you going to do with it? You have a defender in front of you. You know, the basketball term. You have a defender in front of you. You can shoot the shot, right? Do you believe you'll make the shot? Is this a time that you'll make the shot? You missed the shot the last time. You missed the shot the time before that. Are you going to make it now? This is the last couple seconds of the game. Are you going to make this shot? Are you going to at least try to shoot it? Or are you just going to stand there with the ball in your hand? Right? I think this Mercury retrograde is more so trying to like give people that perspective where it's like we have to live in our intuition. And I think this is a time frame that kind of proves that. But with living in our intuition, we have to also, on the other end, try to utilize this into our lifestyle. So, for example, I personally, just so I can speak a word of bond, one of the things that, I mean, honestly, what I tend to do a lot when it comes to retrograde, I start working out. I don't know why, but like every retrograde, I start working out. Did it last after retrograde like that? Probably not. But I think, you know, it's just one of those things where it just happens. Maybe it's just like, I don't know how to speak as well during retrograde, but like I said, it's not the point. But anything I say in this, just take and like understand these other transits that are going on, right? Like, this is just what's happening to you. Or whatever, you get what I'm saying. I don't have to explain to y'all. I did miss y'all though, keep it a stack. But this video is getting way longer than I thought it has, and I probably rambled way more than I thought I had. So I'm gonna end this right here. But yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about the services. They're down in the description. Yeah, I have them on my website. I'm probably gonna post some cards either for Mercury retrograde, maybe on my Instagram stories. Follow me on Instagram, Chat the Maverick. It's Chat the Maverick all across the board for everything. But yeah, I hope this reached you at a good time. And yeah, live life, stay beautiful, especially you. I don't know what I'm pointing to, but especially you. Stop feeling bad about yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people that don't care for your likeness and health. They only want to see your image. You better show them what you made of. Alright, cool. But outside of that, have a good one. Peace.